Today we've been joined by a very special individual. She is a current women's national tennis champion. She also traveled and she was also the part of 2019 team that clinched silver at the South Asian game, and an individual who is aspiring to represent Sri Lanka in the highest level in the sport of tennis. She is none other than Anjalika Correa. Thank you very much, Anjalika, for accepting my invitation to feature on the show today. Talk to me, Anjalika. You're a product of Ave Maria Convent in Nigambu, and you started tennis at the age of 8. What is the backstory? What is that history behind you starting the sport of tennis?
Well, when I was in grade 2, my school tennis teacher told me to choose a sport. So there is netball, tennis, swimming, and basketball. So I thought that I like to choose tennis, but I didn't watch any tennis tournaments, so I don't know nothing about tennis. But just I thought that I should choose tennis, so I choose tennis, and then I played tennis and I played red ball. When I'm playing, my coach said that you have a good talent in tennis, but I never know tennis, and so after that I played red ball tournaments in school matches, and after red ball last year I became the best player. I got the best player tournament, best player of the tournament. So after that I played orange ball. Then at orange ball I played green ball also. Then I won green ball tournaments and orange ball tournaments both. So after that I came to play national tournaments. So
You became the national champion first time at the age of 10, correct?
Yeah.
Talk to me about your achievements from the age of 10.
yeah, I won the 10 nationals, and after that I won the 12 nationals, and I became the 14 national champion. Then after that I became 16 national champion and 18 champion and women's open champion in same year.
There's one person who was challenging you. You were lost to that person, Anika Seneviratne, last year. Is that right? 2018,
Yeah,
correct?
2018 I became the runner-up and I lost to Anika Seneviratne. And after that 2019 we both came in semi-finals, so I won with her, and then Janali Manamperi, then I beat her and I became the women's open champion.
So currently, right now, you are the best tennis women's player in the country.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Talk to me, Anika, the challenges that you have faced throughout the journey. At the age of 8, you started playing tennis. Now, you are the champion, national champion of Sri Lanka, and this journey wouldn't have been easier one, I guess. Would have had a lot of roadblocks. Talk to me, explain me, what are the challenges?
Well, I'm living in Negombo, and it's really hard to travel Negombo to Colombo. Every day, every morning, I came from Negombo to Colombo. So I'm practicing in Rajakeriya Masters Tennis Academy, and my coach is Sudhanta Soiza. He always told me that you have a great talent and you are the champion, so always work hard. So I thought it's not easy to travel Negombo to Colombo, but if you want to be a champion, you need to work hard. So every day I woke up at 5 a.m. until 8 p.m. I'm in the court, so it's not easy.
I guess if you want to achieve something different in your life, you got to do something different. Exactly what Anjalika Correa has done, living in Nigambu and traveling to Colombo for practices. And end of the day, she has achieved what she had dreamt of when she started the sport of tennis, becoming the national champion. Talk to me about the role that your mother and father have played in this journey, Anjalika.
I started playing at 8 years old. Till 8 years to till 16 years old, they were always supported me. My father and mother was always with me when I'm playing matches, and they brought me to Colombo to practice every day. I think they're amazing. So without them, it couldn't be possible. So
Does your other siblings, when you told me you have two
I
other
have
siblings,
one.
do they complain that your father and mother are spending too much of time, investing time in you than them? Do they complain?
I have a brother and a sister. So sister is she's grade 7, and my brother is 23 years old. He's a maths sir in St. Jude. But they also supported me, like they was like, you go play tennis, you have a talent. So they all like supported me so much. Without them, it couldn't be so easy to play tennis.
Excellent. Coming from Nigambu to Colombo, and you are getting yourself trained at the Masters Tennis Academy. Uh, you told me your coach is helping you a lot in terms of making you such a wonderful women's tennis player. Talk to me about the role that your coach is playing.
My coach is Sudhanta Soiza. Well, actually, he is an amazing coach that I have found. He was always with me till the end, and he is the only one who knows my talent, and he pushed me to play tennis to be a great champion. I think like without him I couldn't be the women's open champion. Actually, he was the one who always supported me and trained me so much. He does coaching for free for me, so I think he's an amazing coach that I found in my life.
Excellent. You got to have a good teacher for you to be a successful student, and that's what exactly Angelika Correa has achieved in her life. I had a very interesting conversation with the president of the Sri Lanka Tennis Association a few weeks ago. What he told me was that there were players who had the potential of beating players who had beat Wimbledon champions back in the days, players like Umesh Valupille and Franklin Emmanuel. And the reason why they moved out is that most of the parents would ask their children to concentrate on studies and move to a different studies than the sport. Talking on that perspective, Angelika, now you are 16 years of age and this is the prime time you are sitting for the ordinary level examination. What are your plans in terms of continuing tennis, or are you having any plans of quitting tennis for a while and then focusing on your studies?
Yeah, I already quit tennis for this year. I never thought that always will be the next year. So now I'm playing. I started playing tennis again, and then I'm also managing my studies. So when grade 7 to grade 10, I didn't go to school. I always played tennis. Then so now I need to concentrate on my studies more and little bit in tennis. So next year, always till next year March. So I am now studying for my always.
So sacrificing tennis for studies, don't you think that the gaming talent and your ability to play tennis will reduce when you are not involved in tennis?
Yes, now I have always in next year. So because of Corona, it went to next year. But like I missed so much studies because of my tennis. So now I quit tennis for 5 months, and it's really hard to get back to where we stayed. So I think I need, after my always, I need to hard to get back to my strength. I need to do a lot of physicals and tennis by like 5 hours. So after my always, I am practicing hard and try to be the national champions in 2021.
That is the goal. So it's going to be a tough journey, though. You're out of tennis for about 5 months and getting back. Like you said, it's a challenging task. Talk to me about what are your expectations now. You're focusing on your O-level examinations. Have you thought about beyond that, Angelika?
Yes, beyond that, I want to play ITF because I'm 16 years old, so I need to focus on ITF and women's open tournaments. So I want to play a junior Wimbledon and a Wimbledon one day, but I try to work hard and play a junior Wimbledon. So if I need to play a junior Wimbledon, so I need to play under 18 ITF tournaments and I need to collect points. When I get to top 100, I can play a junior Wimbledon. So from next year, I have junior Wimbledon expectation.
So you have another 2 more years for you to set your eyes on a junior Wimbledon competition,
Yeah.
right? And you said the
Top
first
100.
100 players will get the chance of playing at a junior Wimbledon. Where are you right now?
I'm at 600 or something.
So what is your goal? What are the steps that you need to take in order for you to get into that 100? Have you thought about it?
I need to play a lot of ITF tournaments, and I need to like come semi-final or quarterfinals to get more points. Otherwise, we won't get points. So it's really hard to come to quarterfinals because I am 16, they are 18. So I collected a lot of points by winning in Pakistan. I came to runner up, and in Sri Lanka I won the ITF 2 weeks. So now I am in 600. So next year might
Next year might be the timeline where you would enter within that
Junior.
first 100 and get yourself qualified for the Junior Wimbledon. Excellent. You said we'll have to participate in more ITF International Tennis Federation championships for you to gain qualification for Junior Wimbledon. Do you have enough competitions coming up during next year?
Yeah, but because of Corona, I don't know still. It might get postponed to 2020 to 2022. I don't know still. But I hope next year will be the day that I'm hoping to play a junior Wimbledon.
It's a great news for Sri Lankan tennis fraternity as an individual who has shown a lot of class in the local tennis circuit playing in the Junior Wimbledon. It will be a proud moment, and we hope that she should be able to bring something back to our mother nation, and it looks like she's dedicated, and let's see how it goes. In one of your previous discussions, I've seen that you have spoken about your aspirations of playing Grand Slam. Are you serious about it?
Yes. My only dream is to play a Wimbledon one day and won the Wimbledon. So I am now, I think after next year, I'm trying to achieve my goal.
Do you have the ability, do you think that you have the confidence, you have the skill sets for you to go and compete at that level?
Yes,
Anjika?
yes, I have.
Why do you say so?
Because like if I have been red ball to hard ball in my youngest age, I want everything. So if I thought like I want to be a Wimbledon, so like it's not that easy, but if you tried hard, then you can achieve your goal. So I practice hard and I work hard to achieve the goal. So one day I will play my Wimbledon.
She has the ability and she has the determination to go and participate at a Grand Slam tournament and clinch a medal for our country. What is the support that you need from the Tennis Federation, Sports Ministry, and the government of Sri Lanka for you to get to that next level?
Well, if they can, I'm traveling to Negombo to Colombo, so if they sponsor me, it will be easier. And like my coach and like coaches, like he didn't take money from me, but if we could get some sponsor and money expenses, then it will be easier to me.
So, Anjalika, now you are the national champion, national women's champion at this point of time. Do you think that the standard of the tournaments are here sufficient enough for you to uplift your skill levels, because you are the national champions, you have beaten everybody in the women's circuit in Sri Lanka right now?
Yes, I'm satisfied, but I want to play a lot of international women's open, because like I have beaten in this country, so if like only in this country, but I need to play with more women's open players international. So I think maybe it will be like I like to play a lot of international tournaments, but it might good that they organize some international women's open tournaments and ITF in Sri Lanka.
That is the expectation that Anjalika has in terms of lifting her skill levels. Talk to me, Anjalika, now. Who are the players in the Sri Lanka tennis circuit challenged you during this time period?
My most challenging player is Anika Seniratne. We both have played we played Colombo Championship 2 times. We played finals, and I won 2 times with her. And national, Three times. Under 16, 2017, I lost to her. Then in Women's Open 2018, I lost to her. But 2019, I won with her. So I think she's the most challenging player in my life.
The Sri Lanka women's team clinched silver at the South Asian game, which was held in Kathmandu, Nepal. Can you recall memories of those victories?
Yes, we played. Firstly played with Bangladesh, and we beat them 3-love. So after that, we played with Pakistan. We never thought that we would be able to win with Pakistan. That was amazing. I played with මතක නැහැ කවන්න. I played with she's 29 years old, and she's an amazing player, but I never thought that I would be able to win with her, but obviously I won with her, so I'm so happy. After that, Anika, she also won her singles, so
I think Anika Seneviratne clinched bronze at the...
Yeah, in singles. So we had a teamwork, good teamwork, so I think after that we played with India. They are too good than us, but we tried to beat them, but it's hard to.
The role in which your school had played in terms of making you a very successful tennis player?
My school principal is Sister Sharmila Jayawardena. She supported me so much within my little expenses and with my studies and all. So she also is a supportive person to me. Without them, that I missed so much school. So she helped with me with my studies.
So Angelika, there are a lot of international tournaments being organized across the world, and I'm sure that you're qualified enough to go and participate in those tournaments. Talk to me. You said Mr. Arjun is helping you in terms of funding the competitions that you're taking part at this point of time. What about beyond that point?
Beyond that, future, I think it might be hard, but now still he's helping me. But after that, if they sponsors me, I think it will be easier to play more international tournaments.
During your journey, you must have had people that you looked up to, that you want to be like them one day. Who are your role models?
I want to be first I want to be like Roger Federer, but now my role model is Dominic Thiem. So I need to be like Dominic Thiem one day. Like his youngest Grand Slam, he won a Grand Slam. So I want to be like him. It's not male female, but he's a good tennis player. He moves really fast, and he's a good hard training player. So my role model is Dominic Thiem.
So you watch a lot of tennis international matches?
Yeah, I watch Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Djokovic, and Thiem.
We spoke about tennis as in general with you. Beyond tennis, as an individual, what do you want to be, Angelika?
So I want to be a professional tennis player one day, and that's my only dream.
There's only one goal that Angelika Correia has set her eyes on, that is to become a professional tennis player. This journey of Angelika Correia is amazing, and a lot of people would have helped you to get to this particular level. You spoke about your parents, the role that your school had played. You spoke about your coach. Who else?
Yes, my parents helped me, my coach, my principal, my school tennis teacher, and my best friend. They all supported me, but the first person is Jesus, who always supported me, and because of him I am a champion. So I think he's the most supportive person.
Thank you very much, Angelika, for featuring on our interview today. It was a very interesting conversation, and I'm sure that your aspirations of participating in the Junior Wimbledon, as well as getting yourself elevated to the Grand Slam, will come true in the near future, and also you'll get all the funds that is required, all the sponsorship in the future after looking at this particular interview being made available by the authorities. Thank you very much, and we wish you all the best on behalf of the Sports Centre and News First. Good luck for your future endeavours. Thank you.